Hey, real quick before we get into today's video, and I promise I'm not being paid to tell you any of this, but I use SoFi Investing and Webull for crypto, fractional stocks, and even IPOs like the recent Rivian IPO. And you can get free money, free stocks from either one of these apps just by setting up a very small account. And the apps are great, they're informative and easy to use. I'll put the link in the description. Let's get to today's video. All right, Excalibur, are you ready for your first road trip? Let's get you set up. First thing we're gonna do is check the state of charge. So I'm taking a road trip tomorrow, and it's the first time I'll be taking a road trip in my Tesla Model 3 long range, which I picked up at the end of September, 3 months ago, almost exactly. And I haven't really taken it outside of the Austin area until now. So I'm gonna be driving to Houston. I'm gonna plug it in now, and we'll see how long it takes to charge up to 100% here at home. I'm using the mobile connector here at home on a NEMA 1450 plug. I don't have a Tesla wall connector yet. Everything starts right now though with making sure that I actually plug in my car and charge it overnight so that it's ready to go in the morning, because I can't just pop into a gas station on the way like we used to do. So yeah, having an electric car does mean that you need to get a little bit better at planning maybe. Hey, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. I'm talking a little quietly because I just put my daughter to sleep. She's going with me tomorrow to Houston. We're gonna pick up her mom from the hospital and bring her back home. Here's how I'm charging. Mobile connector, NEMA 1450 adapter, which I got from Tesla before I even got my vehicle. And then over here, I have the charging cable that came with the mobile connector. And we've got green. So as you can see, it says time remaining 6 hours and 30 minutes up here. But that's because I currently have a charge limit of 80%. It's charging at 32 amps. I'm going to change the limit, but I'm going to go ahead and just slide that all the way up. It's only letting me slide it to 90%. Let me see if I can. Yep, there we go. Slid it all the way to 100%. Okay, now I'm going to hit done. You can see that the time remaining changed to 8 hours and 35 minutes. And that means that it should be done charging at 6 a.m., which is perfect because I think we'll probably target leaving here around 8 a.m. And if you plan on leaving really early, then you would have wanted to plug it in before putting your kid to bed instead of after. All right, now I'm just gonna get ready for bed, pack things up for the trip, and let this thing do what it does. It should be ready for me in the morning. Of course, I've never charged the vehicle to 100% before, never taken it on a road trip, and I've never supercharged it. I've only had it for 3 months. So even though I'm pretty confident that I've watched enough YouTube videos to know how this goes, I'm still gonna be checking on it and just double checking to make sure. All right, well, it's fully charged to 100%, so time to round up the kiddo and get ready to go.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna be gone for a day, okay?
The great thing about having a Tesla is that you can precondition the cabin and get it ready for your departure. You just schedule it in the app. It's really simple. And then when you go to get in your car, the inside is the perfect temperature. All right, off we go. You coming, buddy? He's so cute back there. I have a review of that dog car seat, one of my other videos, so check that out. When I started up the car just now, well, started up, when I got in it, there was a message right here that said regenerative braking is reduced, and that's because 100% charge, so there's nothing to regenerate. Let's just see what it thinks this 100% range equals. $354 miles.
What do you think of the sleigh, Nico?
Kiddo really loves Santa mode. Should we merge? Well, we're going to be starting from 98% charge, not 100%, because somebody left her lovey at home and we had to turn around and come get it. So, departure 8:38 a.m., 98% charge, Santa mode engaged. I've seen some people asking, what's these dots on the top left side of the gray bar at the very top above the 24 miles per hour? That just tells you that your regenerative braking is reduced because you're at a high state of charge or any other reason. So you see those dots at the end of that gray bar right there. That's what that means. All right, let's get Santa's sleigh going. Past these other reindeer and get ourselves out on the road.
Yeah, they're gonna be so tired.
The reindeer, they're gonna be tired.
Because we're driving 3 hours.
You're right, these reindeer are gonna be exhausted. Looks like the snow's falling on us and all the reindeer around us, kiddo.
Yep.
You wanna watch their little feet start moving?
Yeah.
Here they go. And in case you were annoyed by the blinker sound, you can turn Santa mode back off by just ho ho ho. Navigate to 7200 Cambridge in Houston. .94% battery will get me there, no problem. So we stopped here at Ruska's, I think, or Ruska's. Maybe the H is silent. Anyway.
Maybe it's roosters.
Roosters? Ruska's? Ruska's. Either way, if you run this place, or if you have property near here, maybe put some superchargers here, because we didn't want to go to Giddings, because then we would have had to go this way across through Brenham. We wanted to come down here because of where we're going in Houston. Ruska's in Ellinger would be a great place. What?
I like the purple better.
Are you eating Nerds?
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to say Ruska's in Ellinger would be a great place for superchargers. Well, we're still a ways out from Houston, but as you can see, the fast driving has come to an end, and we are now in the area where the watt hours per mile will be much less, because we're going to be going at a much slower speed if we move at all. So you can tell over toward the right side of that graph that our watt hours per mile have really gone down. They were above 300 many times and hovering around 300 there for a while, but for the last 10 miles or so, dropping way down. What's that, kiddo?
Can you put rainbow road?
Oh, you want the Rainbow Road? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Man, she loves that cowbell thing. We had a quick pit stop at Starbucks to use the restroom and pick up a chocolate croissant, which is my wife's favorite. A little pick you up from the hospital treat waiting for her. And now we're back on the road, 45 minutes to our destination. We were able to go in the HOV lane for a little while, but now we're just in, good old stop and go traffic. But one thing that I found really interesting is that the 31% battery says 109 miles up here. So because of the mixed nature of the driving on this trip, the EPA rated range and the actual range based on driving conditions are getting pretty close to aligning now. I don't think you can necessarily count on that if your trip is going to be mostly freeway for long periods. It's not going to be the same, mostly freeway without rush hour conditions. Then yeah, you're not going to hit that EPA rating. But on this trip anyway, it's interesting how those are starting to align. Oh my goodness, 69 is the worst. Oh, there was an accident. Well, we're almost at our destination. You can see that the battery percentage is 28. And down here it says 27% will be what we arrive with. What do you think, kiddo? How was the ride in the Tesla?
Tiring.
Yeah, it was a long trip, huh? Were you comfy though?
Kind of, I guess.
Yeah. Typical kid answer. All right, we're here. 28% left.
Oh gosh.
In case you were wondering, it's like a summer day in Houston. So this is what it's like here at Christmas time. Sunny and hot. I think it's like 80 some degrees. Look how clear those cameras are. So a bit of a rookie mistake. I booked a hotel that we've stayed at before, but not one that has any place to plug in and charge an electric vehicle. So if I had booked a hotel just a few miles from here, a different one, then I would be able to pop that guy open and plug it in and charge. So next time I'll check PlugShare before I choose a hotel. Rookie mistake, but the good news is I still have 23% battery. I'm done running errands. I think I had a bubble in my throat. But the good news is I still have 23% battery. I'm done running errands. We're gonna settle in, and tomorrow morning we'll be able to make the trip back to Austin just fine with either 1 or 2 charging stops, depending on how our watt hours per mile are shaking out. I looked at it on a better route planner with 250 watt hours per mile and also with 300 watt hours per mile. So heavier traffic, not as much traffic, lower speeds, higher speeds. And basically we can make it back to our place with 10% charge left, with only 1 charging stop if it's around 250 watt hours per mile average. Now obviously I'm hoping that there's not much traffic and we get to zoom right along, in which case I think it'll be closer to 300 watt hours per mile, which would have us making closer to 2 charging stops, but shorter ones. So still I think about the same total charging time, just a matter of where that safety zone falls. You know, I don't really want to drop it down below like 10 to 15%. So gonna get some rest. I got to tell you, the drive down here was super comfortable. This is a great road trip vehicle. The seats are fantastic. The sound system is great, and it just cruises right along. It's a really smooth ride with these 18-inch wheels. I don't know about the performance wheels. If I lived here in Houston, it would be a no-go on the performance wheels. The roads in this city are super bumpy. I think I'd be chewing up my rims and getting flat tires constantly. So if you live in Houston, do not get the performance package. Or if you do, swap out those wheels and tires. Good grief. You gotta have some more rubber. Y'all come back now, you hear?